What's going on? Oh, damn it. I closed that thing. Hi. Welcome. Welcome to Daily Fuel. Welcome to the replay. My name is Bobby, and I am the host of this group. What's the name of this group now? Art Fueled Life. Yeah, so if you are here live, then you can comment. You can comment now, you can comment later, you can comment the whole time. You can comment anytime. You can comment after I'm done even. If you're live, you can comment after I'm done. That's possible. If you're in the replay, you cannot comment while I'm live because you missed it. Unless you were here live and you're in the replay again. There's a Facebook user. Who's that? It's Linda. Hi, Linda. How are you? How you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, you're gonna have to click that link again apparently because you're showing up as Facebook user. Anyway, don't worry about it today. If you're in the replay, do me a favor and let me know you're in the replay and write a hashtag comment of some kind. That's another Facebook user. That's Deb. Why? How come everyone's showing up as Facebook user today? That's annoying for me. Not really matter to you. Robin's here. I see you, and Kirsten is here. Yay. Let's see. Hello, everyone, especially Bobby. That's the correct way to greet me on Daily Fuel. I appreciate that. Thank you, Robin. And Kirsten says, "Yay, Super Bobby! Hi, all, and Bobby too." That's good enough. All right, you're okay. And who's this? This is Linda, and Robin is giving me flowers and butterflies of some kind. And Marcia is here. Hello, good evening, Bobby. Hello, Marcia. How are you? Let's get started, shall we? You guys know the drill. Marcia, get off my screen. All right, I'll see you later. All right, thanks. Let's go. We are all superhuman. This one's gonna be weird, maybe. I don't know. I've got my three things, and I've got like these ideas, but man, this one could be like three daily fuels that I was like, here's a daily fuel, here's one, and here's one. And I'm gonna make them 1, 2, 3. So, if fairies. Oh, okay, fairies. So, I'm gonna take a sip of water before I get going on the. We are all superhuman. So as you know, I'm making a movie. And I've been writing this movie now, and I've been writing the outline for quite some time. And it's really interesting because, man, it just keeps evolving and evolving and evolving. And I'm really excited about it. And it's coming out really cool. And I'm almost to the point, actually, where I can start drawing and designing characters. And when I'm up to that part, I want to start doing that live in the group where I'll be like drawing and doing daily fuel while I'm drawing. So the format is going to change, but right now I'm writing and I can't really write and talk at the same time, so I can't do that live. Drawing I can, so we'll start doing that soon. I don't know when because I have to get up to it. But right now I'm working on this thing, and I wanted my characters to be like beyond human. But then it occurred to me that what if that is what human is? What if that is what human is to have these powers? And rather than make it where it's like, like Superman and Batman type things, although Batman, I'm going to get to that in a second because Batman doesn't actually have any superpowers. But other than like Batman or Spider-Man or the Hulk, where, like I got bitten by this thing, or the sun gives me this power, or the Hulk was the radiation, What if it was that we have these powers and everybody has different powers, but they're being suppressed, right? And that's my idea. So, by the way, as I work on the movie and I'm doing it live and ones where I'm really talking about the movie, I'm probably going to be giving ideas away about the movie. So if you don't want to know the ideas, you just want to see the movie with fresh eyes, don't watch the show. So when I was growing up, I was always fascinated with superheroes. Always. I was always into lots of different characters. But my favorite ones, actually, of all the things that I was into, my favorite ones didn't actually have any superpowers. They were Batman, James Bond, and the Doctor from Doctor Who. And well, the Doctor kind of has some superpowers, but it was weird how he had. So like sometimes he did and sometimes he didn't. It was strange. It wasn't always consistent. But for the sake of today's conversation, we're gonna say, he didn't. So it was interesting to me that these characters that I saw myself in the most were the characters that sort of transcended their humanness and were beyond what is normally possible without having weird Stan Lee type powers that were just made up for some reason. Like, I got bit by this thing, you know what I mean? It's like, none of that happened. Batman didn't get bitten by bats and got strong. He was just a rich guy who came up with all this stuff and trained really hard, and he was Batman. So I have this idea that we are all superhuman. So here are my three things, and bear with me on this because this is going to go out there. Okay, so number one is this. I'm always saying that we are spiritual beings on a human adventure. That's what I'm saying, right? You've heard me say that. Let's break that down for just a moment, because here I'm going to prove to you that we are all super beings, right? We are spiritual beings on a human adventure. And we all go, yeah, that sounds cool, right? Or maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe you're just like, I say that stupid thing again. But let's pretend that I'm right, that we are spiritual beings on a human adventure. That means we are source energy. And so far, everyone's kind of with me probably. So if we are source energy, the energy that is the foundation of the entire universe, that's us. Why would we be anything less than the most amazing beings in the world, in the universe? What if the most amazing, fantastic, powerful being in the entirety of the universe was the human being? And why wouldn't it be? Because what's more powerful than source energy? And we are source energy. So, right? So, and what if the game that we're playing here, what if the adventure park that we came to wasn't, because I say this all the time, right? Where us being source energy coming to Earth is like us being human beings, the meat suits, going to the amusement park. But what if it wasn't an amusement park where we do wild things that we don't normally get to do? What if it was what if it was like a contest where it was like, tie me up in a straitjacket and chains and blindfold and let me see if I can get out of this thing? What if it was that kind of a thing, you know? And what if coming here were sort of like, let me see if I can make a game out of finding my powers, of expanding myself so much that I find these powers. And we always call what we're doing here like waking up, or, coming into our awareness and realizing the powers that we have innately. But what if we actually could come into more superpowers, So that's number one, because if anyone could do it, it would be source energy. And last I heard, we were source energy. So clearly we have these powers. We just haven't learned how to go bzz, bzz, with our fingers and have lightning shoot out of it and blow things up yet. But we could. I suppose. So that's number one, right? Number two is, what if we were so powerful that the only beings in the universe that could suppress our power is us? This is really a continuation of the first one, right? We have people in power in the world, and in power in terms of like governmental power or whatnot, business power. But the only way that the people in power have any power is if the people under that power say, yeah, you can have the power. Because once we say you can't have the power anymore, we kill them, and then they're gone, and then we have the power again. It's how the world has always worked. So this kind of fits in with what I'm saying, and I just wanted to throw it out there as the number two. But because I feel like part of what suppresses us, part of what holds us down, is a victimhood mentality where we create our own victiminess. We create it to the point that we feel less than. And I don't know if that's part of a larger game that source energy us like laughs at and is like, oh, look at me suffering, oh, that's so funny. I don't think so, but I think that it's kind of built in where we knew it was possible and we knew we could fall into it as sort of a trap. Like maybe it's like we're playing Pitfall and, oh, I fell in the alligator pit, and I'm a victim. Darn it. and then we respawn and we come back or something like that. I don't know exactly, but I feel like we are so freaking powerful that the only being in the universe that could strip us of our own power is us, which means we can give it back to ourselves. And I think that that's where we're going. I don't think that we could do it in like a half an hour, but I think that as a species, we're moving in that direction, which leads me to my number 3, which is a daily fuel in and of itself. Have you ever heard of the Fermi paradox? And also, I'm going to throw this into number 3 as well. Do you know what fractals are? So I'm going to... It's really hard being me, okay? Because when I don't do these all week long, this stuff builds up. And then when I do it on Thursday, it just fucking explodes out of my head. So fractals, I'm going to start with them. Fractals are geometric. Usually we think of them as like geometric patterns. When you zoom in and get onto a progressively smaller scale, or you zoom out to a progressively larger scale, you see the same pattern over and over again. I don't know how to explain it better than that, but if you imagine, like, if you're looking at a thing that kind of looks like a circle with jaggedy edges, right? And as you zoom in on it, you could see that the jaggedy edges are actually little circles that protrude from the bigger circle. And then when you look at the little circles protruding, when you zoom in on that, you can see there are little circles protruding out of those. And then when you zoom in on those, you can see there are little circles protruding in on them. And you could keep zooming in and keep zooming in and keep zooming in, and the same pattern just keeps showing up over and over again. Infinitely. That's a fractal. Which I'm kind of putting into this thing called the Fermi paradox, which I mentioned. I'm still on the beginning of number 3. I'm still explaining and leading up to number 3. The Fermi paradox, if you've never heard of that, is this idea that wow, look at all the stars in the universe. There are trillions of stars in the Milky Way galaxy, and when we look past the Milky Way galaxy, there are trillions of galaxies that we can see, and there's probably more that we can't. Which means that of all those trillions upon trillions upon trillions of stars out there, there are planets, because every time we look at a star, we're like, there's another planet, and there's another one, and that we're finding them everywhere. Mathematically speaking, the statistical probability that there is no life out there is like 0. There's just no way, statistically speaking, that of all the stars in the universe, ours was the only one with a planet where life started, right? And of all of that, if you were the most conservative methods of statistical probabilities of how much life there should be so much life, it should be ridiculous, right? And yet we can't find anything. Nothing. 0. Nothing. And which makes me think of fractals. And if you're me, this makes perfect sense. And if you're not, then I apologize. So think about the first life on Earth. Think of this planet Earth, right? And one day, all of a sudden, some goop happens and some cells go, I'm alive. What the hell? Like, they just wake up, right? They just wake up. And they're alive. And they're the first ones. And they're wondering, well, there must be others of me out there. And they're like, let's go look. And they're looking across the planet, and there's nothing. There's just nothing. Why? Because us thinking about it, look, we can see the whole planet standing where we are. And we're just like, well, obviously you started in a puddle of mud, and you had to spread out into the ocean, and then turn into fish, and then turn into things. And then you had to crawl up on land, and you had to turn into this other crap. And then you became us. And now we're standing here going like, I'm awake. There must be others of me out there, and there aren't. And we're kind of like, how is that even possible? But what if we were the same as that goop in the mud, a fractal, right? The goop in the mud, we've expanded now to this scale, and now we are the goop in the mud of the universe going like, where is everybody? And we're the only ones. And we're wondering, we're making up all of these things like superheroes, and I'm telling you, this one's wild. Right? We're making up like superheroes and fantasy creatures and people that can fly and do all of this stuff. And what if we're not making up characters in our fiction? What if we're doing is we're time jumping and we're seeing ourselves? What if we're seeing who we are, but we're not there yet? What if we're imagining these aliens out in the universe, and it's not little green men coming in UFOs and probing us? What if it's us? What if it's us, but we haven't gotten there yet? It feels really good to get that out. That's just been in there all week. Okay. Did that make any sense whatsoever? Is anyone even still here? I'm gonna go and read the comments now, because that's as far as my brain is gonna go today. Maybe there's a reason I did this every day. I don't know. I can't. All right. Robin says fairies. Okay, good. Kirsten says, I 100% think it's true. We do have superpowers suppressed. Did I start talking about that? I think that's where I began this one. Wow. Yeah, I think it's true too. I really feel like, because when I was a kid, this thing happened to me one day where I was sitting watching television, and all of a sudden I was aware of my tongue in my mouth, right? I was just aware that it was there, and I was like, I was like 6 or 7 or whatever. And I was just sitting there watching the TV, and I could feel this thing in my mouth, my tongue. Except all of a sudden, I could feel like it wasn't this thing that was this big inside my mouth, but it felt like it was the size of a mountain. It felt like it was immense. It felt powerful, and I just thought this was weird. I didn't tell anybody about this feeling that I had for years and years and years. And it wasn't just my tongue. Like, every once in a while I could sense things in my body. I could focus on a part of my body and just kind of feel the energy in it. That's what I believe now, is that I was feeling the source energy in me, and focused on my tongue, because I was like, I was like this 6-year-old kid going, tongue. You know? I don't know what the hell I was doing. But I could sense the source energy of me, just sitting in there and focusing on it, until all of a sudden I realized, that's not just this little tiny piece of tissue sitting in my mouth. It was it felt colossal. It felt powerful. It felt amazing. I was channeling the universe through the awareness of this one tiny piece of my own body. And if I could do that when I was 6 years old, and I knew nothing about any of this stuff, and it stuck with me my entire life, and it was that powerful an experience, and that I still think about this shit, then clearly there's more to us than just, I gotta go to work and mow the lawn today. There's more to it than that. There's way more, and we know it. We know it. When you think about it, you know it. You know? And I think that the game that we're playing is to just keep looking for it. And I don't think that we're going to open up a box one day holy shit, it's all right here. And I don't think it's going to be like that, because we already came from there. We already knew it. It's not like we were these spiritual beings going, there's got to be more than this. Let's go find it on Earth. It was hey, we've got all this shit. Let's hide it and have a scavenger hunt, is what it feels like. Let's have a scavenger. And there's no fun in having a scavenger hunt if you find everything on the first day. It's going to take 2 days. I don't know. Crimson is here. Hello, Bobby and all the groupies. Hello, Crimson. How are you? The hero journey. Yeah, the hero journey. Yeah, that's the script that I'm writing is based on that. There's pieces of it, but the hero's journey is what Kirsten's talking about, is a story structure that sort of builds upon this, and I think that the hero goes through ups and downs in traditional stories. At the end of a good story, the hero comes out on top. That's the happy ending, the Hollywood ending, and all of that stuff. And I think that at the end of all of our stories, we all come out on top. There's no losing in this game that we're playing. There is no tragedy in the game that we're playing. We can have our downs, and sometimes our downs can feel really bad, but there's never a singular tragedy that's the end of everything, and there's never a separation that's forever. Everything is temporary, and everything is always going to be wonderful. That's what I believe. Hey. Crimson, LOL, let's not kill anyone and just take our power back. Well, I'm not promoting killing anyone. I'm just saying that throughout history, that's what people did. They'd be like, hey, you can't have that power anymore. And they'd off with their heads and all that shit and take it back. But we don't have to do that, because eventually they would get it back again, because people don't actually get power back that way. You take your power back internally. It's an internal process, and you can live amongst the chaos of the world and remain calm in your own person. And that's power. That's what true power is. It's not having power over other people. There's no power in that. That's bullying. It's having power over yourself. Fractals are so beautiful. They are really beautiful. I don't think we laugh at I, but we struggle with it. I don't think we laugh at something. At what? But we struggle with it when we get in our own way. Oh man, what did I say? I know what you're saying makes sense. I don't remember what I was talking about because you didn't put it in here. What did I say? I don't think we laugh at what? I forgot. I'm sorry, Robin. Crimson says, it's like imaginal cells. They are the ones that create the incredible process of metamorphosis that occurs when a caterpillar changes into a butterfly. Oh yeah, we talked about this on Daily Fuel once a long time ago. Back in the beginning of the group. Was it you that brought up imaginal cells? I remember reading it and going, oh, that's cool. And I looked it up, and then I forgot all about it. Hang on, I'm sorry. I need some water. These cells hold all the potential for the future, but initially they act separately before combining as one to create something incredible that's a great improvement on their previous existence. Wow, I really like that. Crimson, in relation to what I was talking about with my movie and us as a species and stuff, that what if what if everything I said here was wrong, and what if one day there is a box that we open and like it's imaginal cells within us that all of a sudden we just have this leap in evolution? Why not? Why can't it be? I mean, if you look at human history from the dawn of Homo sapiens, from when we started as a species hundreds of thousands of years ago, right, to 1920, we had like this much. We had an upward trajectory of technological advancements and whatnot. But once we got into the 20th century, right around World War I, World War II ish time, it just went like whew, right? And it's never slowed down. It just has gone up and up and up, technologically speaking, not evolutionary speaking. We haven't changed much as a species. We don't have the lasers coming out of our eyes yet. But what if we have a jump like we had in the 20th century technology-wise in evolution? Why not? I don't know. Look into that for me. Get back to me. Thank you. I can relate. You're funny. Marcia says, I believe we are spiritual beings made up of energy. Yeah, unless we are born to parents who have spiritually evolved and know what we are capable of, we don't know what we should be capable of performing. We should be capable of so much more, starting with a balanced, positive spirit. Okay. I don't know that parents have anything to do with it or not. I don't personally have a belief system around that. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. But I don't know. To me personally, I don't think your parents really have anything to do with anything. I think that we just choose to come, and I think parents are like a thing that we decide upon that are like, I'm going to start there. and I'm going to see how far I can go from there. But I don't think that you're born and your parents put chains on your feet and be like, ha, you chose us, dumbass. Now you're stuck with this crap. And you're like, oh, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It could be a lottery. And they're like, number 25. Like, damn it, I got those people. Now I'm never going to get rich or happy or laid or anything. I don't know. Maybe it is like that. Don't know. Don't have a clue. Hello, Bobby and friends. I'm late. We'll replay. I don't know who this is. I believe that's it. Yeah, that's Danielle. Hi, Danielle. I found you. Wow. Why is my throat getting so itchy when I start doing that? I don't know. It's a good thing I remembered my water today. Anyway, Danielle's here. She will replay. Nobody worry about it. Robin says, I think you said something about people laughing when they get in their own way. So my comment was, no, we don't laugh, but we struggle when we get in our own way. Oh, okay. I remember talking about that. Did I say laughing? I don't remember, Robin. I don't remember what I said. Like I've said many times, I don't listen to myself when I talk. I just talk our own way. What'd you say? When we get in our own. And Robin is the last comment today. Wow, I have so much to say lately, and yet these are getting shorter and shorter somehow. I'm not sure why that is, but doesn't matter to me. I'm hungry. So, Robin, you have the booby prize as of right now, and I'll see you guys next time. So, yeah, just a little housekeeping. So Daily Fuel is going to continue. I'm going to do it in different ways all the time. I'm going to try to post something daily. I usually post daily anyway. So everything I post, I'm just going to call Daily Fuel, because I usually write a post, or I do a live, or I'm going to start some different things. And like I said, when I get into the character design, I think what I'm going to do is start drawing, but I'll draw while I'm live, so I can do my screen. I can project my screen live. I can have a camera on me while I'm sitting, and I can talk about this stuff that's in my brain, because right now it's in my brain while I'm writing, but I can't write and talk at the same time because I won't get anything written, or it'll be a lot of silence, just me going. Nobody wants to watch that. So, but when I'm drawing, I can talk and draw at the same time. My brain allows me to do those things at the same time. So I thought that would be a fun thing to try. If nobody likes it, it's boring, then I won't do it anymore. But it'll be fun to try. Nathan jumps in with a boom for the booby prize, but no, Crimson stole it. Thank you. I'll look into evolutionary jumps. Oh, okay, that's great. All right, Crimson, you have the booby prize now. Everybody have a wonderful night, and I will see you. I'll see you every day. Have a good one. Nope. Marcia says, what I meant by parents is that you don't have parents that are spiritual. How will you learn at an early age about spirituality and what you are capable of being? Okay, parents need to provide the basics, and you as a person take it from there. Okay, cool. Then we're on the same page. I think you're right. It's so you're growing up, and you have parents who are teaching you things, and most parents teach their children, hey, this is what I have observed in the 3D world, and I think you should know it too before you go out there, because the things that have happened to me are probably the things that are going to happen to you. And the kids go, and then they soak it all in, and then they go out in the world, and the same shit happens to them, because that's what they've been programmed to do. And if you have parents that have figured things out and have become more aware and spiritually awakened, then they can pass that on, and then their children can be the evolutionary jump. And maybe it can be generational, Crimson. Maybe it can be like I'm awake, and then my kids can be more awake, or more, if we don't like that word, pick another one. I don't know what the words are, but yes, Marcia, I think that's that. And Kirsten says, can't wait to see all the new content. Yeah, me neither. I'm so eager to see this thing gel together and see see that there's going to be content around the content. You know, I feel like the movie that I'm making is the thing that I'm trying to convey. It's the thing. But in the making of a movie, there's so much that goes into it that I have so much to say about all of it, and that's what makes the lives, and that's what makes the posts, and that's what makes the other shit that I come up with. I just can't turn this stuff off, guys, and so you chose to be here, so you have to listen to it. All right, now I'm leaving. Kirsten, now you get the booby prize, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Thank you very much for hanging out. Bye.